new segment here on the Pewter Recap. I am being joined right now by Patrik Nohe. He is the man, the top dog over at thepewterplank.com. We're going to be talking about the excellent divisional win that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were able to get away with today. How you doing, Patrik, after this win?
I'm doing fantastic. The Bucs could not have played better this afternoon. This was a huge win for them to get right now.
It is, and it came despite the fact that Josh Freeman was only able to throw 180 yards. He threw 2 picks. He ran in for a touchdown, but he had that big-time, crucial false start draw that he had at the end of the game that gave the Bucs the win. What out of Josh Freeman do you see that will give you the confidence he can lead the Bucs to the playoffs?
With Josh Freeman, it's all about the boxing. I mean, at the end of the day, what his stats say, they're really largely irrelevant. It's based on how he leads the team. And he's the type of guy that this team buys into and they believe into when they're ready to come back and when they're ready to get into a game. They believe Josh Freeman can lead them back. They believe Josh Freeman can lead the drive. And he has shown in every possible juncture that he is ready to step up and be just that elite NFL quarterback. And today was no different. He didn't have a spectacular day from a statistical standpoint. But when you look at what he needed to do, what he needed to accomplish when the ball was in his hands, he did it every single time. And, you know, you look at what the Bucs were able to accomplish in Tampa. They won against a very talented Atlanta Falcons team. And, yes, it's not exactly sexy. You're not going to go look at the box score and say, oh, wow, Josh Freeman really outclassed Matt Bryant. But at the end of the day, when Josh Freeman had the ball in his hands and needed to make plays, he made the plays. He continued to, he was able to continue the drives. He was able to continue the success that the Tampa Bay offense had. And that's what you have to have. I mean, beyond everything else, you have to have a quarterback that can win the day. And Josh Freeman did that for the Bucs today. He'll continue to do that for the Bucs. And he's fantastic. I mean, that's one thing, even independently of statistics. Josh Freeman is a winner. And it doesn't have to be spectacular. He just is done.
Those are all good points, and I agree with them exactly. I mean, Josh Freeman is the guy that the Bucs have been looking for a while. I personally believe if they had a quarterback at the beginning of the decade with the Warren Sapp defense, a lot more Super Bowls would be in the Tampa Trophy case right now. But the defense is something I want to talk about right now because what they did today was they were able to contain 2 of the biggest receivers in the NFC South. You have Roddy White. He was able to get 140 yards. Julio Jones, he was able to get 115 yards, but both were held out of the end zone. What did you see from the defense's secondary that impressed you most about this win against the Falcons?
Oh, it's a classic bend but don't break secondary. And the defense has done that very well throughout the beginning of the season, and I think they'll continue to do that. They understand that, you're going to give up yards. You're playing in a very, very talented division. I mean, Atlanta, they saw, face-to-face today. The Saints are a very talented team as well. You're not going to be able to just stymie them and stop them from getting any yardage at all. But what's important is keeping them from scoring touchdowns. And that's what Tampa Bay was able to do today. They were able to keep the Atlanta Falcons offense from scoring 7. They kept them to 3. They kept them inside the red zone. They were able to do a number of things that were very successful. They were able to give their offense an opportunity to hold the ball, score some points, and to really put to put the team in position to win the game. And that's really what you have to do. You're never going to be able to, in the NFC South, be able to expect to just stymie every single offense and just hold them without points. They're going to score points. There are some great offenses in this division. But if you could hold them, like the Bucs did today, to underneath 20 points and to make sure that your offense has a chance to beat the game to win, you're going to be in the position you want to be in. Tampa can win more often than they lose if their offense has the last shot at the game. Josh Freeman has proven over and over again he is the type of quarterback. He wants the ball in his hands in the last minute of the game. He wants to win. He is not worried about losing. But at the same time, you can't have a defense that is concerned about giving up too many points. You have to understand you're going to give up 20 to 25 points per game against the Saints, against the Falcons, against some of these better NFC teams. There's nothing wrong with that. You just have to make sure that at the end of the game, you're in position to be driving the ball down the field and winning the game. And if Tampa can do that, they will win more than they lose this year. But unfortunately, the situation they've been in the first 2 games of the year is that they've been behind the 8 ball too early, and they're, trying to make too much up late in the game, and that's not what will work for them. So they need to find themselves early on, driving the ball, getting themselves in a position where if it comes down to the last drive, they've got the ball in their hands, they know they've got a very talented quarterback, but at the same time, they can't get into shootouts. They're not the type of defense that is going to be able to win shootouts, so they have to be smart about this. I think Tampa Bay's in a great position, but at the same time, if you're not smart, if you let the Saints, you let the Falcons start to throw the ball a whole bunch, you let them score a lot of points, those are the type of games you're going to win. Tampa Bay's 2-1 right now. They're exactly where you want to be. But, you got to take it a week at a time, and I think Raheem Morris is the perfect coach to take it like that.
Yeah, we definitely saw how much the NFC South is capable of scoring in that New Orleans Saints game where they put up 40 big ones on the Houston Texans, who the Buccaneers get to play both teams this year too, so maybe we can do it to the Texans what the Saints did to them. But I want to talk about Michael Turner. He was a big weapon that the Falcons have in the backfield. He did absolutely nothing today. Looking at the stat sheet, Michael Turner, 11 carries, 20 yards, no touchdowns. His longest carry was 9 yards. Was this a shutdown by the Buccaneers defense, or was this Michael Turner just having a bad day?
I think it's a mixture of both, to be honest with you. I think that the Buccaneers front, you want to say the front seven, but it's really the front four. They played a great game today. They were able to limit what the running backs for Atlanta were going to do. They knew coming into this game that Atlanta is, their success is positive on the success of the running backs. So you can shut down them, you're going to be able to have some success. You're going to be able to pin your ears back, go after Matt Ryan. And the Tampa Bay front four did that. They're not where they want to be yet. I still think that they have a ways to go in terms of where they want to be in terms of affecting pressure on the quarterback and in terms of, really just being a dominant front defensive line. But at the same time, they can really look at their performance today, and I don't want them to hang their hats on it and feel good about it quite yet because it's early. But they took one of the best running backs in the NFL, and they effectively rendered his move. He was not in any way, shape, or form an impact on this game, and that's what you have to have from your defensive line. That's when they drafted the guys like Bowers and Claiborne for. That's what you want out of those guys. Even if you don't get the great pressure, even if you're not, sacking the quarterback 4 or 5 times a game, if you're shutting down out of the running back, if you can score and you can get efficient, effective pressure on a consistent basis, that's exactly what this Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense needs. And they saw today. This is a fantastic Atlanta Falcons team. There is no reason that they should ever apologize for anything they did against this team. This is a great Atlanta Falcons team. They came into Tampa, the Bucs gave them their best shot, and the Bucs came out victorious. That in itself is fantastic. They can build off that. They get the Bucs one more time, or they get the Falcons one more time. They're going to be able to, hopefully finish with a 2-0 record. But that's exactly where you want to be. This was the first litmus test for this Buccaneers team, and they passed with flying colors. They're now 2-1. You'd like to be 3-0, but you're 2-1. You're in a very good position. You beat the Falcons. You are going to be ready to go. This Buccaneers team has all the weapons they need, and I really do believe that they're going to challenge down the line for the NFC South title, and if they don't get that, they're going to be in the playoffs on the wild card.